Hi, welcome to Mikey's Video Game Madness. Today we're playing Odin Sphere on the PlayStation 4. It's the demo. The real version of the game's not out yet. I don't know if I'll be able to get this game in a timely manner. Today is reversal day, where you say the last part of your sentence in front of the first part. It's really complicated. I think I'm doing so well so far. Anyway, this is Odin Sphere, which is a remastered version of a PlayStation 2 game. This will be a quick demo. I picked the demo instead of waiting for the regular game because I honestly don't know if I'll be able to play the regular game as soon as I would like. I wanted to just get this game out here. It's an absolutely beautiful game by Vanillaware, published by Atlus. If you're not familiar with Vanillaware, they also did the wonderful Dragon Crown, which was an homage to the Capcom Dungeons and Dragons beat 'em ups. I don't know if you played those. I probably should do a video of that too. I started recording videos today and I couldn't decide what to record. Now that I'm recording, I can think of a bunch of games to do. Go figure. Anyway, this is sort of a 2D side scroller. It's sort of like a beat 'em up, but you don't have the vertical movement like you would typically have in a beat 'em up, like the Capcom Dungeons and Dragons games, Final Fight, Double Dragon, etc., Dragon Age. So this is a remastered version, which is amazing. This is also available for the PlayStation Vita. I went on Amazon, and apparently there's a PlayStation 3 version, which is awesome. Because I feel bad for the people who still want to play games but might not necessarily want to invest in a new console because it's not their high priorities, but there are times when they want to play new games and they feel left out, or maybe they just don't have the money. And not to shit on Microsoft or the Xbox or whatever, I always feel like when a new generation of console comes out, that Microsoft is really quick to jump off of the bandwagon. Sega was somewhat bad about this as well too. Like towards the end of Nintendo's life cycle, they were still pumping out several Super Nintendo games, like the Donkey Kong Country games, that squeeze in a little bit more life, even though the Nintendo 64 was well on its way. But Microsoft seems to forget about their consoles. Now, I say Microsoft, but Sony isn't the one that's publishing these fantastic titles. It's more these Japanese companies like Atlus and a lot of the other Japanese RPG producers. So a lot of RPGs and stuff like that are coming out for the PlayStation, or obscure Japanese games, which is fine for me because I kind of miss these weird games. For a while, especially when I first purchased the Xbox 360, the Microsoft or American consoles in general don't get the kind of love that Japanese consoles get in Japan, and they just don't develop enough games for it. So when the PlayStation 3 came out, they were still developing a little bit of the games for the 360 because the PlayStation 3 was extremely hard to program for. But once they got the hang of it, they just didn't look back, and a lot of these games were PlayStation 3 exclusive. And it's really niche here, where a lot of average gamers and stuff like that are people who play games. I don't like to use the term gamers because it just makes me think of somebody who like chugs Mountain Dew and does nothing but play games and basically puts down everybody that's not as good as them. Like they're overcompensating for something, and I just don't like that attitude, which you see a lot of on YouTube, but that's a different video altogether. But I'm glad that Sony's consoles, older consoles, are getting support. Even the PlayStation Vita, which is considered a legacy console, as well as the PlayStation 3. If you don't know what a legacy console means, it means it's basically the obsolete version that Sony kind of moved on, but they're like, feel free to program for it. So I was happy to see that the PlayStation 3 was getting support. I was going through my friends list today, and I was trying to request people's real names, and the only way that you can request a real name if the person actually owns a PlayStation 4 versus a PlayStation 3. And I just automatically assumed everybody had a PlayStation 4 that was on my friends list, and there was a surprising amount of people that were on that list that just had a PlayStation 3. So I'm glad that there's people out there that are still getting games for their console, because it's really sad, because the Xbox 360 is an excellent console and it is capable of a lot, but just Microsoft kind of gives up on the support and everything. Hopefully they'll keep the servers up for people who like to play online games. I think when you get a new console, you're always quick to forget the people that don't have them until you see like other ports of games that you're getting for PlayStation 4, would like to get for PlayStation 4 in this case. But I wanted to show the demo. The demo was lengthy enough to do not a super long video, which is something I'm trying to keep in mind unless there's absolutely no way to do it. I got carried away on my actual show video where it was almost an hour. Sorry about that. ADD's a bitch. I'm trying to keep up my best with this. I haven't even really talked much about the game, but I really just wanted to showcase the game of just how beautiful it is. It's not polygon based. It's very painterly, or it looks like somebody might have painted it with oil pastels. I really like the smooth animation. Unfortunately, this runs at 60 frames per second, but my recording device only records at 30 frames per second, so you're only going to see half of the animation. I guess on PlayStation 2 it ran at 30 frames per second, and that's one of the selling points. Of this runs at 60 frames per second, super responsive. I picked the girl that has the chains, just because my voice is cracking. Just because it reminded me of Castlevania a little bit. If you double tap A, she'll actually swing around. I haven't played any of the other characters. I'm hoping that I'll eventually be able to get the game and play it for real. I don't want to overdo this part of the game and then have it drag, even though it's only like 10 minutes worth of gameplay, and have it drag if I ever get the regular copy. But I really just wanted to show you this because I don't know, I just really love 2D artwork, especially sprite artwork, and this game's absolutely gorgeous. They took a 2D PlayStation 2 game, which was probably 480i. It wasn't widescreen. They managed to widen the screen. I'm sure it looks great on Vita, but Vita doesn't have this high 1080p resolution. I think Vita's resolution's weird, but it's pretty close to, I think, 720p or whatever. So if you blew up the screen, it wouldn't look as good as this game. But it looks good on a small screen. Everything looks good on that OLED screen. At least I haven't really seen the screen on the newer Vitas. I just have the old school Vita with the OLED screen. This part of the game's easy. I have a feeling, based on other vanillaware games, that these games can get quite hard. There's a lot of RPG elements where you level up. Right now I'm using potions. There was a salesperson that you saw before that you can buy stuff. It's basically typical hack and slash mechanics with some RPG elements. You level up, you get stronger, you can use potions, etc., etc. When you hit people, you see the numbers coming up. So that's close to RPG. It feels very similar to Castlevania, although I will say one thing, and it's not nitpicky, it's just how the game goes, but it can make it a little difficult at times. You can't move until the animation's finished, so sometimes I wanted to dodge something and I couldn't get away in time. That's really the only thing. I notice sometimes when you finish bosses, there's a bit of a slowdown, which is strange for a PlayStation 4 game that's doing 2D graphics. As beautiful as they are, I don't think that they're pushing the PlayStation 4 in any particular way, especially since this is basically a higher res 2D game, but it's absolutely beautiful, and it's a game that I would love to have in my library. I missed out on the PlayStation 2 version. There was a greatest hits version. I think any widescreen version of this game would look great. You have more surface area, or in this case, since to me it looks like a painting, more canvas. And I like the little map screens that you have. You'll notice that even though it's a left or right plane, that you walk around the circle on the bottom right, and if there's like an entrance or an exit to a place, there'll be like a little icon and you can go there. And on the top you'll see another little map, which is super helpful. I just can't imagine playing this on PlayStation 2 and having all these little things like compressed. But I'm really impressed by this game, and I sort of feel ashamed of myself that I didn't get to play it, or I didn't play it. I probably had a chance, but I was overwhelmed with all these probably more popular games. As I've gotten older, I've gotten more curious about the weirder, lesser known hidden gem type titles. But look, I just beat the boss and there's slowdown. Maybe that's on purpose, just to let you know that you did something, but it seems like it's a bit of a slowdown. But anyway, that was the demo of Odin Sphere. It's the remastered version for PlayStation 4, June 7th, 2016, the USA. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll try to get a few videos out this week. I appreciate all the support. This is a quicker video than usual, but I just wanted to do something, and I know people lose interest sometimes when I do the 40-minute videos. Sometimes it'll just be unavoidable. Sometimes I'll have more to say. If I ever get the normal version of the game, I'll probably cover that and go into more detail about it. But definitely check out the demo. I recommend it if you have a PlayStation 4. Thank you so much for your support. I hope you all are well. Take care, and bye. And thanks for watching.
If you want to, like, comment, and subscribe! Thanks for watching!